welcome to another video. When I was first looking to buy my truck, I spent a considerable amount of time online trying to find reviews, trying to find owner perspectives, just anything that would give me a little bit of an insight on what it was like to own a 2017 GMC Canyon Denali. I wasn't able to find much at the time. In fact, the only thing I did find were those one-time car review type channels, which are great because they highlight the luxuries and the features of the vehicle, but they can't really tap into what it's like to own one of these trucks day in and day out. So today we're going to be talking about the 10 things I absolutely love about my 2017 GMC Canyon Denali. And hopefully this will help some of you on the fence determine whether or not this is a purchase you want to pursue. The first thing I love about this truck is the seats. I don't know how to show you guys this, not unless you guys want to see a ton of ass shots, which I don't think is the case, but I don't know if GM went to a dog shelter and rounded up all the puppies and took all their ears off and put all those ears inside these seats, but man, these seats are awesome. These seats really will keep you comfortable during long distance drives. They're very soft and they honestly feel like you're almost sitting on memory foam. The second thing I love about this truck is the center stack buttons. Everything is very easily accessible if you're driving, if you're reaching over, if you don't want to take your hands off the wheel. It's not a big cluster, but they do have a very nice layout that gives you a lot of options for those of you that don't really like to rely on the touchscreen like I don't. Obviously up here you'll have your radio navigation buttons. Down in the center you'll have your AC and climate control buttons. And way down here you're going to have switches to control the driving experience, to include the exhaust brake and the traction control. Continuing with the inside, and the third thing I love about this truck is the steering wheel. For those of you that don't like to take your hand off the wheel for too long, this wheel has all the buttons that you're going to need very nicely placed all throughout. On the left hand side you're going to find the cruise control and safety feature buttons, and on the right hand side you're going to have all the audio control buttons. A cool thing about GM steering wheels is that on the back hand side you're going to find two up and down buttons that will help you control the in-dash menu, and on the right hand side two up and down buttons that will help you control the volume. One final thing about the interior, and the fourth thing I like about this truck, is that the interior is quiet. This is me turning on the truck. And here it is departing from park. Slow acceleration. And this is me moving up to 15. It's quiet. It's definitely quiet. Although it's quiet, there's no mistaking you're driving a diesel engine. I really don't know how to describe it other than maybe it's somewhere between turning on and driving a V6 engine and turning on and driving a V8 engine. For those of you that are familiar with that, you know when you're turning on a V8 engine, there's no mistaking you are turning on the V8 engine. And maybe even that is a little too loud to compare that to this. And the same thing applies when you're driving with a V8. You can feel the weight of the engine the minute that vehicle starts to roll. So that's actually a good segue into the fifth thing I love about this truck. I absolutely love the way this handles and drives. If you've ever driven an Audi Q3 or maybe a Mercedes M-Class, or hell, maybe even a Ford Escape, maybe an Explorer, that's exactly what this feels like. Now, I'm not saying it's smooth and refined and you're not going to feel the bumps, because you are. You know, at the end of the day, this is still a truck. But really the point I'm trying to make is the way it handles, the way it drives, it doesn't feel like a truck. You know, I've had 1500s, I've had 2500s, I've even had a small Ford Ranger, and it feels nothing like that. It truly feels like you're driving a small SUV or maybe one of those really nice crossovers. That's exactly what this feels like, and it makes the driving experience that much better and so comfortable when compared to other trucks. The sixth thing I like about this truck is the safety features. My truck is equipped with both the lane departure warning and the early collision warning, and I can't tell you the amount of times those features have saved my life. Not because I'm a careless driver or anything like that, but you know, just sometimes you kind of zone out and you forget you're driving, right? We'll start with the lane departure warning. It basically keeps you in your lane. It has a camera mounted on the front of the truck, and basically what those cameras do is they identify the lines on the road and they make sure that your vehicle stays between both lines. I believe the feature is only activated at 10 miles an hour and above. I'm not completely sure, so if you know the answer, you know, comment below and let me know. But here we go, we're gonna give it a try. Let me find a road with lanes, as silly as that sounds. Here we go. Once the system is activated and your truck has identified your lane, you're going to get a green icon in your in-dash menu. And whenever you start to drift from your lane, just like that, you're gonna get that yellow light in the dash along with a very audible beep that basically tells you, hey dude, you're driving here, get back in your lane. Now I have to turn the camera around to tell you guys about the second part of this feature, but that's the forward collision alert. The way that works is you have three options. You can either set it to high, medium, or low, and it basically dictates the following distance that you're comfortable with. If the truck detects that you're too close to the vehicle in front of you, too close to stop in the event of an accident, it's basically going to give you two warnings as well. It's going to give you red flashes on the windshield itself right here, and then you're going to get those audible beeps again. You're going to try to be as careful as possible to demonstrate this feature, but I am going to try to sneak up on this Mitsubishi right in front of me as soon as the light turns green. Just like that. A very cool feature, and that's the one that's probably saved my life more times than I can count. Another cool thing about that feature is that once it's activated, the throttle will actually release for maybe a second or two just to give you enough time to punch the brakes if you really have to. The seventh thing I like about my truck is actually something that's not organic to a GMC Canyon or really even GM, and that's Onstar. Using the same features I use to unlock my phone, I can lock, unlock, turn on, turn off my truck. I can even control the lights and control the horn. It's a very unique feature, and it's something that I absolutely enjoy, especially in the very cold or the very hot mornings where you just want to turn your truck on and let it run for a few minutes before you get inside. All you need to do is have an account, download the app, and make sure you register the correct vehicle, and boom, there you go. Again, this isn't something exclusive to the GMC Canyon or even GM. I know Mercedes has the Embrace, which is the exact same thing, and I believe a few other companies are using the same technology. So the seventh thing I love about my truck is the grille. When you're coming down the road, there is no denying that you're driving a GMC Denali. It's unique, it's aggressive. For anyone that follows GM, they know that they're looking at a Denali. The ninth thing I love about my truck is the LED strips right above the headlights. And I actually want to get one of those relays that splits the DRL function from the headlight function and allows the LED strips to function independently as DRLs without turning on your headlight. The 10th and last thing I absolutely love about my GMC Canyon is the MPGs, or miles per gallon. I will be the first to tell you, you don't buy a truck for the fuel economy. Not too many soccer moms, grandmas, or your boyfriend named Bobby are going to go out and buy a truck because they want to save money on gas. It's just not something that you do. But I have to tell you, I am currently averaging 25 miles per gallon, and that's mainly city as of late. I normally fill up my tank with anywhere between 70 to 80 bucks because California diesel prices are currently bordering $4. Yeah, you fucking fucks. But before the tax increase, I was filling up with maybe 50 or 60 bucks. And another thing to go along with the MPGs is the range. Boy, does this truck have some range. I can probably go anywhere between 550 to 650 miles just on one tank. That is insane. And that's not even a good story. Some guys online on the forums are averaging 28 to 30 miles per gallon on a 4x4 diesel. That is insane. That's unheard of. It really, truly is. So that's pretty awesome. And even on a bad tank, I'll get 500 to 550 miles out of it. So that does it for this video. Let me know if this video has helped you at all in the comments below. Please remember that this channel is all about the build and the mods of this truck. I know I haven't done much to it just yet, but trust me, there's a lot more coming. Oh, and for those of you that caught it, I don't really have an account on all those apps. So if you like trucks, if you like builds, or if you're just a cool dude, or if your boyfriend doesn't know you're watching my videos, please consider subscribing and give this video a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, you guys. Oh, and GM, it's not all puppy ears and rainbows. Expect to see a 10 things I absolutely f***ing hate about my 2017 GMC Canyon.